Everyone, welcome to a new video. In this video I will be discussing with you guys latest Java developer interview questions. So I have already uploaded couple of videos on this topic and also created separate playlist for that. I will add the playlist link in the description. You can access the playlist from the description. Okay, so now any further delay, let's get started. Okay, so this is our first question for this video. Although it is showing 16, actually I have already covered the first 15 question in my previous videos. Okay, that's why I will start with from question number 16. Okay, so this is our first question for this video. Like, as we know, Java interface supports concrete methods, then how does it differ from abstract class? Okay, and remember, from Java 8 version, interfaces are supporting concrete methods. Like from Java 8 version, interfaces are supporting default and static concrete methods. Okay, and from Java 9 version, interfaces are supporting private concrete methods, right? And from the starting only, abstract classes are supporting both types of method, like concrete methods as well as abstract method, right? So how does it still differ from the abstract classes? Okay, that is the question. I think the question is clear to you. So now let's see the answer. Okay, so when to use abstract classes over interfaces. Okay, so like first is like abstract classes can have instance variables. Okay, so the first point is with that instance variable, like shared state, right? So if you need to maintain shared or state across related classes, can have instance variable fields to maintain the state. Okay, second, common implementation. Okay, when multiple subclasses need a partially implemented class as a starting point. Yeah, I can understand, like you can say, okay, but we can start our starting point with the interface as well, but there can be some use case like there we have to start our implementation with a class. In that case you can go with the abstract class. Okay, third point, hierarchical design. Okay, when designing a strict inheritance hierarchy, like animal is a parent and animal is inherited by a dog, or like any kind of animal like cat, dog, or like lion, tiger, anything, abstract classes are ideal for modeling hierarchical relationships. Okay, where shared behavior and attributes exist. Okay, fourth point, access modifier flexibility. Abstract classes allow method to have any access modifier. Okay, private, protected, default, public. Interfaces only allow method to be public for abstract methods or explicitly marked as default or static. Okay, now our last point is that complex relationships who need to combine state, shared behavior and abstraction in a single construct. Okay, this is our fourth point. Okay, so I think this question is clear. So now let's go to our next question. What is microservices? So if you don't know, I just wanted to give you some brief history. Like previously we usually use monolith application. Okay, so nowadays we are working in a microservice. In like microservice, we will have a big application. We will break down that big application in a small independent components. Okay, and that independent component will connect it to each other with the APIs. Okay, so now in each independent components, okay, in each independent component we can in a big application we have like bank management system. We can break down that bank management system in a multiple parts. Okay, independent part, like part 1, part 2, part 3. Like in first part we can have authentication, authorization. Second part we can have like customer related information, like application. Okay, we can have different parts. Okay, so how they will connect with each other? For that we will create APIs. Okay, we can create API and we can just connect with each part. Okay, it may possible like there can be some there will be many complex, but yeah, but it is a good thing. Why so? Because in each part you can implement the application different technology. Like in one part you can create your like Java, Springboot. Another part you can work with like Python and all. Another part you can work with C++, and another part also you can create with Golang. Okay, may possible. Sometimes authentication, authorization kind of easy. If you want to implement that authentication in Golang, you can go with the Golang. Sometimes you want to build your application in a Spring Boot, you can build your application in Spring Boot. Okay, so in each part you are flexible with, you can use any language. Okay, because they are not dependent. Okay, and even if you want to upgrade any version of any particular part, then you can upgrade only that particular part. Okay, they are not dependent. So if you want to upgrade any application or like anything, you can easily upgrade that as well. Okay, so that is the one plus point. Okay, so I think it is also clear. So now let's see what this is saying. Like microservices are an architectural approach to developing software applications as an collection of small independent services that communicate with each other over a network instead of building a monolith application where all the functionality is tightly integrated into a single code base. Microservices break down the application into smaller loosely coupled services. Okay, the same thing we are saying, like we are just breaking our big application or like monolith application into small some microservices, and each component will be connected with each other with the APIs. Okay, so yeah, I think you can see the diagram as well. Like we can have mobile app user, also we can have browser user, we can have, this is like the gateways. Like basically gateway is used for authorization and authentication purposes. Okay, and now we have the components. Okay, we have the component, they are connected with the APIs. Okay, and each component will have the separate database. Okay, for like account service we will have account database, for inventory service we will have inventory database, for shipping service we will have shipping database. Okay, so I think it is clear. Also this is another application, like this application will be used for like routing the like APIs. Okay, and this is also is using to routing the APIs. Okay, and authentication purposes. Okay, the same way this is also using for routing the traffic. Okay, so I think it is clear. So if you want to know more about it, you can go through this Geekfocus website. Okay, so this is our third question, like what is synchronous and asynchronous communication. So this is a very important question. Okay, because I got this question in multiple interviews, that's why I am saying. Okay, so synchronous communication is where the sender and receiver interact in a coordinated manner and both wait for each other to complete their tasks before continuing. Okay, so they are basically sync with each other. Okay, key characteristics: blocking behavior, the sender waits for receiver to acknowledge or process the communication before processing. Tight coupling, the sender and receiver are closely dependent on each other's availability and timing. Immediate feedback, the sender notes the result of the communication immediately. Use cases something like function calls in program, like caller waits for the callee to return a result. REST APIs over HTTP, when the client waits for the server's response. Phone calls, other both participants communicate in real time. Okay, so now let's see what is asynchronous communication. Asynchronous communication is like something like where the sender and receiver do not wait for each other. The sender can continue its operation after sending the message. The receiver processes the message independently. Okay, so they are not dependent on each other. Okay, so key characteristics: not blocking behavior, the sender does not wait for the receiver to acknowledge or process the communication. Loose coupling, the sender and the receiver can work independently, often with some delay between sending and receiving. Okay, deferred feedback, the sender may receive the result of the communication later. So what are the use cases? Like event driven programming, like JavaScript set timeout or promise. Okay, message queuing like RabbitMQ or Kafka. Kafka is a very good technology for asynchronous operation. Okay, email communication where sender sends a message and recipient may respond later. Okay, messages are often placed in message queue until the receiver ready to process them. Okay, message queue. Okay, so what is message queue? Is a system like RabbitMQ, Apache Kafka or AWS SQS stores the messages in a queue or topic until they are consumed by a receiver. Okay, like sender sending some messages we are storing in a message queue. Okay, until that receiver consuming that messages. Okay, we are like temporarily storing that message in a queue. Okay, I think it is clear. So now let's go to our next question. What is Spring Boot? I know this is a pretty straightforward question. I know like you will understand everything, like what is like AutoWare thing, what is like IOC and everything. But the point is that sometimes you may face difficulties like what is Spring Boot. Okay, so to explain this properly, I have just added this question as well. Okay, so now you know all the functionality, but actually what is Spring Boot? You know that it is a open source Java framework that like basically Spring Boot is the like upgrade version of Spring and all. But still, if you can remember a proper definition, that would be great. Okay, so that's why I have added it. Like it is an open source Java framework that helps developers to create web application and microservices. Okay, it is an extension of Spring framework. Okay, so which is popular framework for enterprise grade application. What are the features? Like first one is the auto configuration, automatically configures the Spring and third party libraries. Okay, second is like pre-configured dependency, reduces the need of manual dependency configurations. Okay, embedded server, also we have like allow you to embed Tomcat DT and Undertow directly. Okay, fourth, monitoring, include basic tools for monitoring logs and application health. Starter projects like simplifies the process of creating production ready applications. Okay, so there are features. Okay, so basically Spring Boot is like extension of Spring framework. Okay, and this is mainly popular framework for enterprise case applications. Okay, so this is like what is Spring Boot. Okay, so now this is our last question for this video, like what is the difference between sum and reduce. So if you can remember, this is like Java 8 Steam API concept. Okay, so sum specifically sum up the numeric values. Okay, and it is like perform a wide variety of operations. So use simple and direct for summing the numbers. Okay, require writing a custom accumulator function. Flexibility limited to summation, highly flexible for various operations. Okay, always return a numeric sum, returns a result of custom reduction. Performance optimized for summing numbers, may have overhead for custom logic. Okay, identity value is default value is 0 and identity value is explicitly provided. Okay, I know it is not understandable for you, but now I will show you one code so that you can understand it better. Okay, so now let's go to our Eclipse. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible. So this is our first example with the reduce function. Okay, so although here we are doing like multiplication, but also we can do summation, division, any kind of operation we can do. Even we can work with the strings as well. Like if you want to do the concatenation of the strings, we can do with the reduce. Okay, and also if you want to do some replace operation, that also we can do the reduce function. Okay, so many operations we can do with the help of reduce. Okay, but with the sum function we can do only the summation. Okay, and also sum function is only limited to primitive type of strings. Okay, but reduce we can use any kind of strings. Okay, we can work with for primitive type of strings we can work with the sum function. Okay, which if you want to do the summation only. Okay, and what are the some primitive type of streams we have that we can use with the sum function? Like first one is the int stream, second one is the long stream, third one is a double stream. Okay, and for reduce function we are flexible to with any kind of operation with any kind of streams. Okay, I think it is clear. So this 0 is representing the identity value. Okay, if we don't want to specify this 0, what we can do, you can just use get. Okay, so what this get will give you, basically if they have any some value, then that get value will provide you that particular value. If they don't have any value, then in that case this get function will throw you an exception. And what is the exception? Exception is no such element exception. Okay, so you are flexible to with this as well, but here I am providing one identity value. Okay, it means what kind of value is basically provides you. Okay, like I am providing here like long. Okay, so I am like expecting some integer type value, like long type value. Okay, even if you don't want to provide you long, you can just provide int as well. Okay, so I'm just running it. Okay, yeah, so I am hoping that it is like the sum of all these numbers, right? So now this is our sum function, so we can do the sum of all the numbers. Okay, so I think it is also okay. Even if you want, you can use a long as well. Okay, in that case you have to import it as well. So I'm just importing. Okay, so and this will be cast to int, because here, okay, all else we can do, we can just here provide like long. Okay, that is also fine, we can do this as well. So this sum function is limited to only primitive type of strings. This sum function is only limited to primitive type of streams. Okay, and what are the primitive type of streams we have? Like long stream, or like int stream, or like I can remember double stream. Okay, also we can have double, double, double stream. Okay, so stream. Okay, we have to import it as well. Okay, and this will be like double, right? And also you have to provide this value also you can provide. I'm just starting it, and that will be 15.9. so sum function is only limited to primitive type of streams. Okay, I think this is clear. So now let's go to our PPT again. Okay, so sum is designed for numerical aggregation, and Java provide optimal primitive streams like int stream, long stream, double stream for efficiency. A general streams of T like streams of integer. T means class. Okay, operates on objects, which means using sum directly not possible. Okay, so means we cannot use our sum function on directly on a stream of I, like stream of integer, like stream of strings. Okay, basically sum is only designed for primitive type of streams. Okay, so I think it is clear to you. So that's all for this video. I hope this video is helpful for you, and if you have any doubts, any questions, you can let me know in the comment section. So for watching, and see you in the next video. And if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.